Okay, another day, another video. Let's get it. First things first, I did kind of want to talk to you guys about something really quick. Day 3 video, or maybe it was day 2, I don't remember. My week has gone by so fast. I recorded like 20 minutes of footage. If none of you have ever videoed it before, it wasn't fun. I'm going to try not to do that to myself again today. So bear with me. But here we go. I watched a YouTube video today with Noah Kagan and Ali Abdal. I just messed that up. Don't worry about it. They're two really successful people. Like, if you haven't looked them up, you definitely should. Great people to listen to. I wanted to go over the podcast episode that I watched with you guys. So through it, they both are releasing their own books, and they really spoke on some really great insight. I took some notes. So we're going to go over my notes. Here we go. No ask, no get. So the first thing that they kind of discussed inside of this podcast was that so many people are afraid to actually ask for what they want. This is a really big thing. Like, if you cannot get used to asking, you will not get anything at all. So like, one of the things that they spoke on was that people should really just get used to asking for something that you just absolutely wouldn't. Like, I don't know, you go to a coffee shop and then you ask for an upgrade for free. That's it. You just ask for an upgrade for free. They're going to say no. The point is to be said no to and get used to it. That's completely okay. And the more I hear this, the more I notice it in successful people is that they just ask for stuff. And sometimes it's a yes and sometimes it's a no. But if you never ask, you don't get it. So no ask, no get. Number 2, the rule of 100. The rule of 100 is that, or at least the main point of it, is people will try something and will not stick to it long enough to actually see it work out. So like, imagine you're doing sales or something and you're doing cold email or cold calling or going door to door or whatever, and you stop at like 10 doors, 10 emails, 10 calls. All of them say no. And you're like, you know what? It's not for me. There are complete agencies and businesses that are built around that sole thing alone. It's working for some people. Like, one of the main things that I can remember off the top of my head is Alex Hermosi was talking about how he tried doing flyers and he only did 300. And the guy that told him to do it just kind of laughed in his face when he brought it back up. And he was like, our lowest limit to start with flyers is 3,000. Now, granted, this might have been before the days of, internet and YouTube and Instagram and all these other things. But that's the point. Choose one thing, stick to it for a decent amount of time, and really go for it. Don't actually just be like, I'm going to do this for so long, and then you don't actually try. Actually try for the given allotment of time. Like, one of the things that Ali Abdal said in this video was that when he started doing YouTube, he said he was just going to kind of try it out, but he would give it 100 videos. He was like, my first 100 videos are going to be absolutely terrible. So he was like, I'm going to start for 100 videos, and then at the end of those 100 videos, I will try it again, or I'll reassess. And he did, and he said that let's see. I got this in my notes because I was really kind of pumped about this, considering this is day 5 of my challenge. Every day this month. Video 52 got him to 1,000 subs, so I got a couple more videos to make. Video 82 went viral and got him to 10k subs, and then video 92 got him to 50k subs and went viral, and it was off to the races. Which means, as if you can stick to one thing for a long enough period of time and actually keep trying at it, you will see some sort of success. Now, that is also granted that you'll get better, but it's hard for me to believe that you did one thing 100 times at least with the actual amount that you should be doing these things for, and you didn't see some type of upgrade. Everyone upgrades as they do the thing more frequently. That's just the name of the game. You can't do the same thing forever and just be terrible at it. If you can, hit me up in the comments or the messages, because I genuinely want to hear how you failed like that. Number 3, the third point. Start today. Whatever it is, when you decide that you want to actually do something, start in that moment. It doesn't need to be anything crazy, but actually commit to something in that moment. That goes along with what Tony Robbins says. Tony Robbins, if you have something and you decide to make a change, do something in the moment that locks you in, because it's easier to lose. Give me a second. The first step is the hardest part. It's harder to stop momentum than start it. Point number the fourth point. One of the things they were talking about was, now that they're actually wealthy, was that, does spending X amount of money on why thing actually improve the experience? What? Yeah, does it actually improve their life or experience of the thing that they're actually doing? Which is something that's kind of a hot take, because when you don't have the money, it's like, ooh, it's expensive. It has to be amazing. So like you kind of want the more expensive thing. But when you have enough money to buy whatever it is that you want, it comes down to how it benefits you. So if you can kind of hack that ahead of time, you'll probably be better off for it. Use the things that make sense to you that you genuinely like. And before you get in the comments and talk about how you only ever do that, no, you don't. Most people don't do that. It is very uncommon for someone to actually do that. One of the things that I did for myself when I noticed it was very uncommon was that I moved my king-size bed into my living room of my one-bedroom apartment. Why did I do this? Because I previously lived in a studio apartment. I previously lived in my studio apartment I previously lived in a studio apartment, and I loved how convenient it was to have everything in one place. I had people over to my one-bedroom apartment. I'm jumping back and forth, but I did live in a one-bedroom apartment. When I had people over and they saw that my bed was in the living room, I was the mad lad. They called me the crazy one. Although it was my apartment, I lived there, not them. I'm blanking so hard on this quote. It's like, oh, just bite the bullet. I don't know why it took me so long to say just bite the bullet. But just bite the bullet. Do it ahead of time. You'll probably be so much better off because of it. Because if these millionaires are talking about how that's how they live their lives and they're happier for it, just live how you want to be happy. Live the way that would make you happy. And when you become a millionaire, nothing will change, but you'll still be happy. Crazy thought. Point number 5. The most successful people have experienced the most. Experimented. The most successful people have experimented the most. What does that mean? So one of the things that they talked about inside of this podcast this podcast episode, people treat failing a business like they are a failure. You don't need to do that. The most successful people have experimented with a bunch of different businesses. So one failure, you can't be right without being wrong at least once. And if you are right, you still won't know. So like, why treat your life that way? Why treat your business that way? Try some stuff. Things are going to fail, but you only really need to win one time. And when you do, take notes and you'll be able to win another time. It's a game. That's why the wealthy treat business like a game, because it literally feels like a game. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But when you win, you feel amazing, just like when you win in a video game. So experiment. If you take one thing from that, experiment. That's a great movie. And if you didn't see what it was before that, best video game ever. Do not look anything up. It's called Outer Wilds. Just go look it up. That's not what it is. The thing before it. Rewind it. Like back a couple minutes or something. Next point. We're moving right along. I'm not trying to edit too much today. We're gonna go for it. Quote, every rejection is just a test if you want something. I'm gonna say that again because I think that's a great quote. Every rejection is just a test if you want something. When was the last time you actually wanted something and someone said no and it stopped you? And if you've never had one of those moments, you need to wake up. You got to actually push for what you want in life. No one's going to give you the things if it requires effort. You have to put in some type of effort yourself. Don't let anyone tell you no. I will preface that. Don't let anyone tell you no from anything that doesn't hurt other people. We're not out here trying to hurt other people. We're trying to get what we want in life. Two different things. I hope. We are schmooving through this. Just grooving. Point number 7. This was a great one. This is a really great one. So Noah Kagan hired the same guy who wrote James Clear's book proposal. Now, if you don't know who James Clear is, he wrote Atomic Habits. I haven't read the book yet, but I have it downstairs. I 100% plan on reading that book because it has so many reviews, like positive reviews on how game-changing it is for productivity. So it's on my list. I'm working through it. I'll get there. But yeah, so what he did was he hired the guy that wrote his proposal. Why did he do this? Because he actually wanted to write his book, the book that I'm probably also going to get. I don't have it in my notes what it's called, but I'll put it right here once I get it. So right there. The important point to take from this is that he hired someone else who already put in their 10,000 hours to already be an expert on a thing that he needed expertise on. That reminds me of a specific point that Alex Hormozy said. He said, you have a wallet of minutes and you have a wallet of dollars. Which one do you want to pay with? Because you never get more minutes. You can get as many dollars as you want. So it would make more sense to use your dollars to pay someone who already paid in minutes and have all of the shortcuts, all of the knowledge, all of the efforts and workflows and all that great stuff at your disposal because you paid for dollars instead of minutes. He didn't say that whole thing. It was like just the you get the point. Pay someone, whether it's pay them to do the thing themselves or you pay them to teach you how to do the thing, but you will save so much more time by using the knowledge that someone already took the time to learn about to get whatever it is that you need done. That's how you see so many of these like super young but also wealthy individuals. They probably paid a lot for other people's minutes ahead of time, so they didn't have to waste their time doing it themselves. Point number 8. I think this is the last one that I took. Oh. This one's for you. While I'm watching them talk about all of these points and where they've been and what they tried and what worked and what didn't work and all these great insights, as I listen to them talk about these things and what it's like being rich and how they feel about a lot of everyday things that they haven't thought about since they were like not, it kind of made me actively want to, hearing them speak about all of these things makes me want to work harder. And it makes me impatient because I also want to be at the level that they're at. And I feel like I cannot be the only one that wants success to come today. But at the same time, you have to learn the skills to get there. You have to walk through the fire to appreciate the end goal. You will appreciate it 10 times more because you went through it yourself than if someone just kind of handheld you all the way through it. That's what entrepreneurship is. It's just getting kicked in the nuts constantly, getting back up and keep going. If there's any of you that also feel this impatience, and I guarantee there is because I can't be the only one feeling like this. Remember, you are not the only one going through this. Everyone else that has got to the other side went through this. And the fact that they're still standing means that you can still be standing too. Be patient, put in the work, you will get there. Be patient, put in the work, you will get there. And as a bonus point, it helps twice as much if you have a community of other like-minded people that you can talk to about these difficult things. So if you're looking for a group of people that have the same ideas, values, and are trying to do the same thing as you, and you just so happen to like coding and are trying to learn about business and whatnot, then join my school community. I'll keep the link in the description. I'm always open to new members. I think that's it. I think those are all the big points. We're done. So this is day 5. Thank you for tuning in once again, and I'll see you tomorrow.